Welcome to Malcolm Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcolm and Rochelle Reed.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right podcast. I'm your host, Malcolm Reed, joined by my lovely and talented wife, Miss Southern Shell. We got Tyler over on the board. How you doing today, Shell?
Good. It's a stormy, rainy day here in Hernando.
I know. Man, they spoiled me last week. We had like 75 degrees, sun shining all weekend. It was beautiful.
Last weekend?
Now, yeah. This weekend's supposed to be more of the same, right?
Yeah.
I'm excited. You know what that means? Bloody Mary time.
Bloody Mary and barbecue.
Bloody Mary and barbecue, two of my favorite things. And Blue Plate mayonnaise. Check out this big sign you got up here. Where'd that come from?
Blue Plate.
Blue Plate sent it to us,
Heck
right?
yeah, I love it. It's metal.
Is it a metal sign?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Well, I gotta find it. Yeah,
You just unboxed it. I saw you in there unboxing something.
We gotta find a good place to hang it.
It's official now. We got a Blue Plate bottle on the wall. You got an old picture over there behind you. That
Yeah,
was
that was a gift from Brian and Whitney Wesson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's like the old school Blue Plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually an old
Print ad?
print
See
ad.
it? Oh, yeah, you can see that.
And she
It looks
found it
like-
at like a resale shop or something.
Okay. I like that too.
And gave it to me for a Christmas gift. So I had to frame it and hang it on the wall.
1927 quality. Real New Orleans made mayonnaise.
Right
I want to know when we're going to get you tasting some on camera.
Next week.
Are you going to do it? Tyler, you going to do it?
We might have the inside scoop of a new product that Blue Plate's rolling out right now, so we might be trying that on camera next week.
I don't know if I could sit here. We got to straight load mayonnaise. We got to put it on something. Can we at least get some, I don't know, some chicken or
Some
something?
white bread?
Yeah, some bread, some meat or something.
You want a mayonnaise sandwich?
Yeah, I could try it that way, no doubt.
Get like tomato, some salt, pepper, just some mayonnaise on
Yeah,
it.
now
Yeah,
I'm down with that.
yeah.
I'm down with that. I just don't know if I could straight shoot some mayonnaise.
You got to be able to like take in the flavors of everything, you know? Like if you
I don't.
You got to swirl it around and smell
No,
it.
you do not. No, you do not.
see how old it is.
Mayo, man, y'all. That's getting weird with it.
You've never licked the
No, I've never licked a mayo spoon. Spoon lickers, man. It disgusts me when I see somebody else do it.
That's why I turned my back.
I wouldn't lick a mustard spoon either. Are you gonna just get you a straight spoon of mustard?
That's
Would you
No,
ever
but I would
lick?
lick
you lick the ketchup? If you don't really spread
heck
out,
yeah.
you don't spread out ketchup anymore. But
I'm not really a ketchup guy, but like Alfredo sauce maybe, like you know,
yeah, Alfredo sauce,
an
yeah.
aioli.
I could
Sour
see
cream?
that.
Would you lick a sour cream spoon?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah. Now, if I'm,
Maybe I'm just a little.
I will take like tartar sauce. If I'm mixing up tartar sauce, I got to taste it, so I'll taste some of it like that. If I'm mixing up
Yeah, but
like
that's more
a
tasty
sour
than
cream, got some mayo and avocado, like making a crema or something like that, I'll taste that. I just can't get over. I don't know. It's a personal thing, I guess. I don't know.
Texture. It's like
I don't know if it's texture. It's just the idea. Just eating some straight
Condiment?
condiment. Yeah,
that's where you draw the line.
honey off a spoon. I'm fine with that.
Salsa? I guess
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying next week you're gonna do it, and I'm gonna try not to gag.
Well, this past weekend, you did one of your favorite Sunday activities.
I did. I just
You cooked all day and
I
drank beer.
turned on. I didn't drink a lot of beer. I drank a few beers.
No, just.
I went to Texas back during hunting season, and one of the guys at the ranch we did cooked for everybody, and they made a dish that I'd never had. Carne Guisada, I think is how you say it, or Husada, something. I don't know the proper pronunciation,
but it's GUISADA.
Yeah. Carne Guisada is how I say it. And what it is, it's kind of like meat in a gravy almost. And I don't know if that's how it translates or not in Spanish, but that's what it reminds me of. And so they gave me this seasoning that they used, and it's a Fiesta brand. I know most people have seen Fiesta stuff. They sell it at the academies. It's a big thing in like Texas, the Southwest. But they make all kinds of different, seasonings, just like any big spice, co-packer or whatever. But they have one that's a Carne Guisada, and it's like I would say kind of explaining it, it's kind of like an instant roux, seasoned roux, if that makes any sense to y'all, like a powdered gravy almost. Yeah. So you cook your meat, whatever kind of meat you're doing. Most of the time, it's cut up chuck roast. Mm-hmm. You cook it down. You know, you can. Their recipe, they didn't put anything, just like meat, water, some spices, and they cook the meat down. Then they add this. When the meat's tender, they add this mix of the Carne Guisada seasoning, gravy mix stuff at the end. They let it thicken up, and they serve it with tortillas, and you make like tacos. Mm-hmm. Well, I went a little further. I added, poblano, jalapeno, onion, bell pepper. I just, I wanted some vegetables in it, and I still I cut it up in like 1 inch by 1 inch cubes, little olive oil in a Dutch oven. Seared it on all sides, kind of browned the meat in batches.
And what'd you use? Chuck roast?
I used chuck roast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a chuck roast from the freezer. I thawed out for it and cut it up. And once I got it brown, I kind of just started building my vegetables, softening them up. I added a can of diced tomatoes in mine. I wanted that kind of rich element. It was it's almost like making a gumbo somewhat. Because without making a roux, you don't really make a roux first. But you're adding like a powdered roux to it at the end. But what you do with that, once you get your vegetables kind of browning, start adding your liquid to the pot, you put your meat back in, you're basically just putting the lid on it and cooking it. You can do it on stovetop, you can do it in the oven, you can do it on smoker. And I'm thinking about doing this recipe, like doing a smoked version of it where I actually like smoke the chuck roast or whatever cut of meat. I think it'd be great with like brisket point.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'd be really good. I think it'd be good with wild game.
You smoke it
deer.
first.
You can make a deer guisada.
But you're saying you smoke it first?
Yeah, to get some color on it. Like cut it up into your chunks, almost like making poor man's burnt ends or brisket burnt ends. But pre-cubing them, seasoning them just with Grande Gringo or your favorite Mexican seasoning, getting some bark on them, then moving it over to the Dutch oven where you've got your vegetables softened up. And I even think like charring the peppers and the onions and getting all of that going, rough chopping on it after you get the skin and stuff off of them. Throw that in there because you got some grill flavor, some kind of smoke flavor to the vegetables, and the whole dish is just going to be heartier. But it's a real hearty dish. It's not hard to make at all.
No,
it just takes some time. You can do it. You can do it in a crock pot if you wanted to. You can do it overnight in a crock pot. It'd be easy. But what it does, once it thickens up at the end, and what you do, you add like a cup of water. I think it was 1 cup of water and like 5 tablespoons of the Carne Guisada seasoning from Fiesta. You put that in and you kind of whisk it up so it makes a slurry, and that's your thickening agent. You do that before you pour it into the pot? Yeah, into the hot pot that the meat's already tender. You don't put that gravy in early because you want it to, you want to have a chance to braise and not get too thick. And the thickening agent, the seasoning stuff is just to make it like your flour agent of a gravy. Is there seasonings in there too? Yeah, but and so it has kind of that Southwest. I tasted cumin in it. You can taste some of the oregano. Just the typical spices. It's not spicy by any means, so that's why I did the poblano pepper and jalapeno peppers, and of course some Grande Gringo seasoning. I had mine tasting good, almost like a Mexican style beef stew at first. That's actually and then when you add that, means. Yeah. Oh, is that what stew? I looked it up. Yeah. Carne is obviously meat, and guisada means stew. Okay, well that makes sense to me because it's like a Mexican beef stew. So, and you serve it. I made some rice to go with it because I thought it would be good. And you like rice? Yeah, and I like rice. We did black beans too. Yeah, I did a little corn salad. Man, that was so good. The corn salad was really good. I forgot about that. Michael loved it too. Yeah, that's unusual. He usually don't do all the peppers and fresh cilantro and all that in something, and he liked it in the corn. So you did you heated the flour tortillas up on a cast iron, and then you served it. You can make a taco, and so when you do that, I kind of use a slotted spoon and get some of the liquid away from the meat, so you're just putting it super fall apart because the meat's really tender. You don't even need teeth to eat it; you just gum it. I was surprised at how tender it got. Yeah, that's not so like it took what 3.5 hours. I put on 70s soul music, popped me some some Modelo's. And then started cooking, and that's a perfect Sunday to me. Heck yeah! Had baseball in the background. Watched some college baseball. Yeah. This was your first Sunday without football, kinda. But I found the baseball game. So it was good to go. It was a perfect day.
It's a good time because now it's time to get serious about basketball. So
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Right in time.
Yeah, it's time for March Madness.
Oh yeah, that's coming up like real soon. Yeah,
real soon, within the next couple weeks.
I can't believe it's springtime already. Like I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
no, we
just
got
came back
baseball
from
tickets
Christmas.
here just in another week.
Who y'all going to see?
Ole Miss. I think they're playing Purdue series
Nice.
down in Oxford. Spring break.
You hopeful this season?
You know, they got some bats. We're gonna see how the pitching does.
Heck
But
yeah.
man, it was fun. They've run ruled 2 teams already this year. Sunday was a run rule game.
Yeah,
It was we saw a walk off. It was a walk off run rule grand slam to finish that game.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. It was like I forget the final score. It was like 15-9 or something. Or I forget what it was. But they run
it was
ruled
still a high score.
them. Yeah, I think how many you got to beat them by 10 or what is it? Do you know? I don't know what the run rule is. Hey, that's new to me. I thought that was a little league thing. I didn't even realize they did it in college. But Ole Miss has done it twice this year. So.
Is this still considered spring training right now, or like?
No. They're in the season. I mean, they're not in conference play yet.
Gotcha.
But they're in the
Pros
season.
still in training.
Training camp. Yeah.
I know they're changing up a lot.
College
of
starts
things.
earlier. They start in February.
Yeah. I know they're changing up a lot of things in MLB this year. Like they're trying to make the game faster.
Oh, I've seen, man.
Yeah, I've seen it. I don't think I like it.
I don't either.
It's weird. I think it's just because like from
They caught the Braves the other night, Tyler. I mean, the guy, I think it was a tie and bases loaded. Or I forget how it was they lost. But anyway, the guy didn't get the batter's box in time because of that clock, the pitcher clock. The pitcher was on the mound and ready, and he didn't get in there. He was taking too long or something.
Oh, you know he was mad.
Oh, yeah. You're gonna see a lot of that. They'll have to adjust some of that, what they're doing. But
They just had a riot too. Like it was like a year ago or something, or people were, protesting. I believe for I can't remember just their pay, the pay ceiling that they're offered and stuff like that. So they just had that. So now if they go changing all these rules, making a bunch of players mad, they're probably gonna have the same situation again.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah,
Crazy.
well, I saw something rumored about some of the college football. I guess big shots or whoever is trying to maneuver or petition or whatever for shorten the college football games.
Yeah.
the length of time.
Yeah, length of time. What I understood.
I don't feel like they're too long. I don't feel like baseball's too long.
Yeah, baseball's supposed to be slow and boring.
Yeah.
But when you're at the game, it feels like it goes by really quickly.
I mean, it's a better game. To me, baseball's better in person.
Oh, definitely.
So much more going on.
Oh,
you know, you see that you don't see on TV. On TV, it is boring. A lot of commercials. And, you know, every time the pitcher makes an adjustment or the coach comes out, they got to go to commercial. And it slows it down a lot. But
now, for me personally, like football is the opposite. Football, I would watch all day long on TV, but if I go in person, I start to
I'm with you on that too.
I agree.
Distracted. And basketball's fun both places.
Basketball, you know, I never realized how much fun basketball was in person until we started going to some Grizzly games.
It's just
And it's-
constant.
Me too.
You know,
It's
you're-
hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's excitement.
The energy is, you know, always
Maybe
up.
it's because we got a good team to watch. I don't know.
Yeah. They used to not be that good.
Yeah, go back like 10 years.
Friday night, you also cooked some hot dogs.
Man, old roller dogs. So I was at Sam's the other day, and they had, I don't know if they've always had, I've never seen them packaged this way, but it was their, Sam, it said on the package, Members Mark was the brand, so just Sam's brand, and it said 1/4 pound hot dogs as sold in the Sam's Deli. And so if anybody knows the $1.50 combo, it's probably the best lunch going.
Is it still $1.50?
I don't know if it's been a long time since I had one, but it used to be $1.50. You got the big hot dog and the drink, and that's about the cheapest lunch you could buy. And I'm sure it's still probably under $2, but the hot dogs are good.
They're very good.
So
I think it's how they cook them too.
I mean, I
They
think
steam
they
'em.
just steam them.
Yeah, they steam them.
So that's what I asked you that night. It had been raining all day Friday. It was miserable outside Friday. We went down to our little farm, and I said, let's just cook some hot dogs, something easy on the grill. I'll fire up the grill. How do you want them cooked? You want me to steam them, boil them, grill them, smoke them, whatever? And you said Blackstone. I was like, well, I never cooked hot dogs on the Blackstone, but it can't be bad.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of how they cook them in stadiums a lot of times.
I mean, when I think of them like a stadium, I think of or a
On the
gas
roller.
station, I think of them on the roller.
Yeah.
And so they just kind of stay there and tumble slowly and cook real slow, and the skin gets kind of snappy, juicy in the middle. That's exactly how these turned out on the Blackstone. Now, you got to stay with them, so it's a, you don't turn it on high and just, it ain't like you're trying to hibachi some hot dogs. I lined them jokers up, got my big spatula, got me 2 or 3 beers, sit there on low, just did my thing. Rolled hot dogs. Every minute or so, I just give them a little push, just till they go to the back of the Blackstone, and then I drag them back. And I tell you what, don't knock it till you try it. Oh, Blackstone, maybe it was 2 or 3 beers. I don't know.
You also threw some kraut.
Oh yeah, have y'all never had like, what would you call that? Sauteed?
I don't know.
Blackstone. I just called it warm sauerkraut.
Yeah.
But I threw it when the hot dogs, when the dogs, I felt like they were sufficiently rolled. The skin was perfectly, it doesn't really get dark like you do a grilled hot dog. It just gets a beautiful tan on it. Tightens up. You can see a little juice drizzling out and starting to spew. That's when you know they're done. You ain't got to temp them or nothing. You just wait until a little bitty baby geysers. Then you move them over to the side, and then you put that kraut on there, and you just work it, like you're sauteing peppers and onions, and it starts getting brown a little bit. It gets crunchy. It gets the moisture off of it. Because I like sauerkraut. I love the flavor of it. I love cabbage, but sometimes you put it on a hot dog, it's just juicy.
Yeah, it's too much. Moisture.
You don't get all the moisture off of it. But when you put it on that Blackstone, it evaporates all that moisture, kind of browns up some of the kraut, the cabbage, and man, it's good. Like I know why they do that up north.
Yeah,
Have you ever had it? Do you like sauerkraut, Tyler?
I do. I don't think I've ever had hot sauerkraut.
Man,
not to my knowledge.
Fantastic.
It's pretty good.
I have to try that.
I'm telling you, the flat top cooking, I like it.
So I was going to ask you this because we say let's Blackstone it, almost like it's a verb.
Yeah, like Googling it.
Yeah, like Googling it. Is there another is it flat top?
Flat,
in it?
I guess flat top.
Yeah,
griddle. No, it's not really. I guess you'd call it. When I was in the restaurant, when I used to work in restaurants, that's what they called it, griddle.
Griddle.
Yeah,
but it was the same kind of setup.
I think Blackstone's official hashtag is hashtag Blackstone Griddle. So
okay.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, it's really. I guess it's really technically a griddle. You griddle pancakes. That's.
We use
to me when I say griddle, I think of like something with a grate. But I guess that would be a char broiler, or
yeah,
that's what we technically called that, char griller or something.
But yeah, Blackstone's become more of a verb.
I call it now. When I say when I'm gonna cook on the flat top, I say I'm gonna cook on the Blackstone.
Yeah. Let's
now
Blackstone it.
Traeger just came out with one.
Oh wow.
Grilla has one. Who else did I say? Weber has one.
Weber just got one.
Like a attachment that goes on top of
no,
the grill?
they're freestanding.
Really?
Propane. Yeah. Which was kind of crazy to me. Weber came out with propane. They're charcoal. Traeger pushing pellet grills came out with propane. They used to be all anti-gas, but now they're having to go, I guess, get with the times.
I don't know. Blackstone's
Blackstone's made this whole trend with them.
I feel like they got that market locked up.
Yeah. I even like the little one. The little one I bought for the house? That's a cooking machine, man.
What was the price point on that? $250?
No. The small one?
Yeah.
$80.
Oh, wow.
From Walmart. No, delivered. Free delivery. It was $80. Or 80. It might have been 89, but it wasn't. It was right there.
Yeah.
Now I had to buy a cover for it. That was like $24. So.
But just to get it like through your door for $89, like
yeah, you just got the only thing bad about those, you got to buy the little green bottles that are kind of camping section type, and sometimes of the year those are hard to find. Like during hunting season, people buy them up for heaters. When the weather gets bad, people buy them up. But one bottle runs a long time on it though.
It ran several hours when you were trying to season it, and
I seasoned it for 4 or 5 hours and just let it rip on high to see how long it'd roll.
How come the bottle gets so cold and frosty?
I guess because it's that propane's colder than air and it's sucking it out or something to cause it to frost up. Do you know you can tell how much gas is in the bottle by where that frost line is? Because above it won't be frosty, but below it where the gas is cold, it gets all iced up. Yep.
So that's where the gas is left?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's an indicator how much propane you have in the bottle.
How long does one of those bottles lasted y'all up until now?
Like the little green bottle?
Yeah. On
high, you can probably get 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, wow. I'd say so. Because we were seasoning it that day and just
goofing
around, and
It lasts that whole time.
Oh yeah. So if you're cooking multiple cooks,
it's the perfect tailgate because that little pellet grill tailgater. I'm not going to say the brand, but it was what $350.
Yeah, something like that.
$450.
Like the Ranger you're talking about? I'll say it. I don't care. I mean, that's fine. It's more of a smoker, though.
Yeah, it's more.
I'm not gonna, I don't have the space to
for
do all
the tailgater. You can't beat
what you can do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what I would take. If I needed, like, if I wanted to smoke, if I wanted like a little smoker and a griddle to griddle on, both of those would sit on the tailgate side by side, and you could do all kinds of stuff.
But if you're talking, you're only going to be out there an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, tops.
What are you going to smoke out there?
You're not really.
Yeah.
Most of that stuff you're already going to have cooked, just trying to warm it back up or something.
And flat top's the perfect application for that.
Yeah, it really is.
And then the Ranger, you've done like a whole pork butt on it before.
Yeah, so you're not going to do that on a flat top.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
but it's different.
You can take that camping and smoke your pork butt and stuff.
For the money, I think everybody needs one.
What?
80 $100 for a griddle like that? I'm sure there'll be a bunch more made. That can't be the first one.
This morning we received some salmon in the mail.
We did. Was it David Ward?
Yes.
He's active in our community. He listens to the podcast. We appreciate the support. And so he does this commercially. He works for the company that makes packaged Alaskan salmon. He sent us some sockeye, super thin slice, just like you like it, the kind we were talking about.
Yeah.
That I want to learn how to do. And then it was some more of a fillets of king, wasn't it?
Yes. I'm very interested in that. And he said if it's done right, the little fatty parts underneath next to the skin on those king fillets or should be like.
Yeah, just umami flavor.
Very excited.
I also sent some reindeer summer sausage. I hadn't tried it yet, but I'm excited to try that.
Yeah, everything's.
Y'all did bust into the sockeye this morning.
Yeah.
I saw it open back there on the table.
It was really good.
Was it good?
Yes.
Did you need some like cream cheese and
a bagel and some capers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomato and onion?
It was fine just by itself.
Just straight salmon.
It had a real buttery consistency.
I cooked salmon.
Almost melted in your mouth.
Really? I cooked it for dinner. I cooked salmon for dinner last night.
That's just your air fryer.
I'll put that up against anybody.
Shut that down.
Right? And it's good salmon.
It is really good. It is really good.
You need olive oil and king crawl. That's all you need on it. 400. I think I do it on 400 degrees for 11 minutes, and it's bomb salmon. Even if you don't like salmon, you'll probably like it.
Yeah, it's one of Michael's favorite things.
He ate 2 fillets of it. Like we had 4. He ate 2 of them. I'm learning to like it.
I did see you watching some salmon cooking videos.
I have been. I've been brushing up on my skills, keeping up with the community, seeing what people are saying. It's all in. Like I have everything down from I guess you call it a brine or the cure, where you sugar and salt it, put your stuff on it, put it in the refrigerator, let it draw the water out. You rinse it all off. You let it form the pellicle in the refrigerator.
What's a pellicle?
It's kind of like this film that gets on the outside, develops on the outside once it starts to dry. Once you take it out of the cure, I'm not exactly sure if it's a moisture that does it on top or what it's drawing out of the meat, but it's like it changes the surface of the fish. And so it's kind of tacky. And what it does when you put it in cold smoke, it draws the smoke to it, kind of absorbs it and pulls it in. That's what gives it its flavor. So if you put it on there and don't let it, you're not going to get near as good a flavor, or your texture is going to be off. You're going to let that pellicle form first.
Is that kind of like the same process as like when you glaze a pork butt and you apply the sauce to it? The sauce absorbs the smoke so much better.
I don't know if it's part of the same, but yeah, I see where you're thinking, because it's like a sponge.
Yeah,
you put it on there like that. I don't know why it does it. I guess it's the nature of a glaze that does it too. But it's the same premise, I guess.
Maybe.
But yeah, I don't think you're not leaving pork out to form a pellicle to get it to absorb smoke.
It'll form a pellicle, but you.
Yeah, but so the smoking stage is what I have trouble with. One, we live in the Mid-South. Our temps don't stay low enough when I'm doing a lot of smoking. So it seems like it needs to be cooler weather type application, because you don't want that salmon or whatever you have it in, smoker wise, to get above 80, 90 degrees. And that's tough to do in North Mississippi.
Yeah.
You know, you'd fight it to keep it down. So what I'm thinking about doing is using one of my smokers as kind of like the grate or the vessel to do it in, and then not building a fire like I normally would, like finding some kind of heating element or an outside smoke source to pump into the smoker so I can really watch my chamber temp to keep it down. That's what I got to, and I might use an ice pan at some point to try to, I've got some different things I'm going to experiment with. So it's going to be total experimentation.
Yeah, this seems like a lot more difficult than I was expecting.
Then I watched some videos on how to slice it, how to get those paper thin slices. And one, you need a really sharp, thin bladed, like a salmon knife. But it's kind of like our brisket knives, just a thinner piece of blade. So if you imagine
have
those,
that one little.
I do, and I have I think it's a Messermeister little roast carver, but it's super thin blade. It's probably about 10 inches long. It'll be perfect for slicing thin salmon. But you start kind of on the thin tail end, and you make these angled cuts that are, I would say, 1/8 inch or less thick. You know, like half brisket. You know, they're pretty thin. You don't want them paper thin, but you know, you want them pretty well thin. Almost, I mean, thin enough where you can see the blade of the knife through it. Yeah. Because the fish is a little translucent. You just make this angled cut, but you cut down to the skin and not through it. And then you flip that piece over and you kind of work your way down the fillet, slicing and flipping and slicing and flipping. And before you know it, you've cut all the way down the fillet of fish. You pick it up, kind of shake it, and they all go back to the right place, and it's ready to serve. Cut it off of it at that point, package it up, whatever you want to do. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be, if I pull it off, I'll be pretty amazed. If I could do it half as good as the salmon that we got sent, it'd be a win. Yeah. You know?
Heck yeah.
But I don't know if I'm going to like just start with some supermarket stuff or try to source some really good salmon, because I think that has a lot to do with it too. Like if you're in an area, say if you're in Alaska and you got access to fresh salmon, I mean, you don't get any better than that. Everything we've got's been froze at some point, I imagine. I mean, there's no how they can get it to us. So.
I've heard Costco's a decent place to source it.
Really? I bought it at Sam's.
I don't know how true that is.
Sam's has been, I mean, it's kind of hit or miss for me on salmon.
Yeah.
I've had better luck here lately at Kroger.
Kroger's got some really nice salmon.
It hasn't been fishy. I mean, to me, that's the key. If I want to buy fish, and that's why I like buying it from somewhere where they have like a fish counter, because I can say, hey, I want to check out that piece of salmon. Would you mind holding it up? That's all I'm doing, smelling it. If it smells like fish, there's any remote fishiness, I'm going to say, we're going to go, we're going to eat beef today. But if you pick it up and you smell it and it just doesn't have much smell, it shouldn't be much to it at all. But it definitely shouldn't be fishy. That's how you know it's fresh. So that's going to be my technique for it. You see me smelling fish at the store, don't think I'm weird.
Are you ready to give it a try?
Yeah, I think so.
This weekend?
No, not this weekend. It's Bloody Marys and barbecue. We've got some 4-H stuff to do Saturday. Might do a little shed hunting that afternoon, and then we'll fire up something and kick back with a beverage and see if we can find something on TV.
So we are building a new filming studio.
That's right. The Smokehouse / my man cave, I guess. I'm calling it Smokehouse.
I like the Smokehouse.
When I told people I was building a Smokehouse, my dad got excited. He's like, is it going to be one where you keep the fire going inside? He was thinking like old traditional smokehouse.
It was just a slab with some.
Yeah, and that would be cool too. Yeah. Like if I ever get, my next little experiment, I'd love to have a smokehouse you walked into, like an old school smoke where you could, cure some bacon or do the whole thing, do a ham, all that stuff. The old fashioned
smell.
Yeah, all the woods.
I can smell that right now.
Right now. Does your grandparents have one?
Yeah. It eventually became a storage shed, but
yeah, that's kind of the way my great uncles did.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever used it as a smokehouse from when I'd been born. But my dad says he remembered when they did it.
Yeah, I remember them doing it.
Still had like the salt. Did y'all have like the little tray with all the salt in it? It's like a little cabinet looking thing, and that's where they'd salt the meat and then put it up on there and set it on the shelves and hang it.
I don't remember that.
It was there in the one I remember, but
I remember there being like a old metal coffee can in the middle. That's
what they burnt the fire in.
Fire going.
Yep.
And the wood in that smokehouse, or last time I went in, it still smelled like.
Oh, if you open the wood, it smelled like smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to have.
It would be.
But yeah,
you don't ever see them anymore.
Yours is a little more high tech than this.
Yeah, mine's more. Mine's more of half. Well, let's just say third outdoor kitchen, covered, screened in. 1/3 is like full blown kitchen, living room area, and then the other third is like a bathroom, a pantry, and 1 bedroom. So it's. Would you say it's a mother-in-law house or a carriage house or pool house?
I guess.
Probably if you were selling it, you would probably say it was a mother-in-law.
Yeah, I can't tell everybody it's my smokehouse. But that's what it is.
Yeah, it's been years in the making.
Yeah.
We started off.
We've got it. Like if somebody comes and visits us, they need a place to stay, they want to do some cooking, we got it covered.
Well, the thought process was we're building it. Might as well.
Barbecue B&B.
Yeah.
Comes with everything you need. I don't know what you could get a night for that,
but yeah,
might come with somebody that'll hang out with you.
You might not want to stay there.
Might not want to stay
there. But anyway, yeah, I put years in the making.
Yeah, it has been.
Well, we've been talking about it for a long time. We started in the yellow kitchen.
And
all we had was a slab out in the backyard, and we filmed all our videos
kind of
there.
a slab. And the driveway. Remember, we stood in the driveway, too.
In the garage, kind of, yeah.
Our neighbors really thought we were crazy then. Cooking out in the front yard, just basically on the front yard. We'd roll the yoder out from the garage, cook right there in the front yard.
They had to be like, what are they doing?
Well,
she's filming them? And then we would ship all our rubs and salsas from that garage too.
Yeah.
So they thought y'all had like an empire going on. They didn't know what was going on.
It's like Steve Jobs starting in a garage. That's what we did.
That's awesome though.
But and so we moved to this house and we had a little area.
Yeah, outside. We still had to have a top put on that because it was just it was kind of pool deck, and we had a top put on, so it created an outdoor area that's covered.
Yeah,
but it's still not out of the elements because it's only 10 by 10 maybe.
So if it's raining, there's no
protection.
No protection to get out there.
Yeah. The wind blows, it blows it in on you. The counters get wet. If you're filming, cameras wet. We have to set up like a little pop-up tent right there. So we needed something out of the elements, out of the insects. So mosquitoes don't eat us up at night and flies don't get us during the day. And that's why I wanted something indoor.
Well, when you dread filming because it's 100 degrees and it's flies and everything like that.
Yeah, but we take off the summer. It's too hot to film. Well, now, hey, it's not going to be that way. We can do indoor stuff. I mean, I can always go outside, put something on a pit, and go back inside in the AC. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. So there'll probably be more content coming.
Good. But
year round too, so you don't have to take. I mean, you take off for sanity reasons. But
I was about to say, clip this, please.
Yeah, Tyler, we're just going to need you to double work now.
Binding contract.
But I mean, even this week we had to switch up our film days.
Oh yeah, because of rain.
Because of rain.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that. You can have set stuff now.
But we finally pulled the plug and we're doing it. So.
Yeah, now I just have to figure out what I'm going to put outside. In the cooking area.
Is this going to be your dream outdoor kitchen?
I mean, as far as my budget allows.
You got big dreams.
Yeah, I got big dreams, but I can't do all that. But no, I'd like to. I mean, I want to. Of course, we got to have a shooting bar. That's where prep stuff on, take cooked meat from. That's the main point we film from. But back behind me, I always need countertops. I need storage. Of course, I need my smokers. I've got a solid, I've got a wall set up to where I can have at least, my stick burner, drum smoker. I'm sure I'll have a pellet grill out there. I'll have a Blackstone out there. Probably have a fryer out there. So, and I've got room for other cookers too. Plus, I built it with a roll-up screen where I can roll anything in and out if I want to change out something or try a new grill or something like that. So.
That's another thing. It'll be a screened-in outdoor cooking patio.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can control what comes in there with the the big ass fans or whatever they're called, like they have at the airport.
Yeah, and no, that's the brand name, Big Ass Fan.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're awesome too, man. Talk about start moving some air.
And you've got vented.
Yeah, it's got smoke evac in the top to draw anything smoky out.
So will you flip a switch and it'll turn on?
Just cut on these electric fans like the pull. I just have to make sure that this is going to be new to me. I don't know if it's going to cost too much of an updraft to change. I mean, the one like the stick burner, I could see that affecting it if the updraft's too much.
Oh, if it's pulling too hard?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think you'll have like a low, medium,
high? Yeah, I'm sure it'll be variable speed.
And I'm excited about having a sink outdoors too.
That's what I need help with is that outdoor bar kind of design of it and how we should do it. Because I've been looking at stuff and there's some prefab stuff that looks really good. Like the Grillin stuff, it looks cool. I mean, I've been checking it out.
I like the Grillin stuff too.
There's a couple different companies. I know our friends out in Arizona do a lot of that stuff. I may reach out to them. Barbecue Island.
Barbecue Island, yeah.
Yeah. They do some outdoor. The Barbecue Guys, I think they do a lot of outdoor kitchen type prefab stuff too. So I don't know. I hadn't got that far yet. Now I've just got the space design now. Now we've got to go back and we've got the bar figured out how we're going to do it. But I've got to figure out the equipment that's going in it actually.
And how you're going to lay it out.
Yeah. There's only one place the sink's going. That's where I put the pipes. So it's got to build around where the sink's going. But inside, it's just going to look like it's going to look like a kitchen kind of. There'll be a range. Yeah, yeah. We're not. Yeah, it's just going to be like a. I wanted the backdrop to look manly.
Yeah,
you know. So it's like brick wall, countertop, range. I mean, there's a refrigerator and there'll be a sink and dishwasher and all that. But it's going to be that's going to be basic. It's not elaborate. And then I'll have a bar in there to shoot from, with backdrop kind of brick wall behind.
Did y'all build like a little space for your like liquor and stuff like that?
That's what's good. What instead of doing like upper cabinets, I want to do some cool like black
open
pipe
shelving.
wood open shelving into where I can put my favorite, stuff up there.
Why do you assume that we're going to have liquor?
Yeah.
I meant mainly for the TikToks, but I mean,
Kool-Aid.
Man cave, gotta have it, right?
Yeah. You gotta have some bourbons up there at least, right? Some Tito's, a little tequila. I mean, maybe some gin, scotch or two.
Might as well get a cognac.
Fireball.
I'm excited about the pantry more than I am anything else. I mean, like my kitchen, half my kitchen is taken over by.
So that's what people don't realize how much stuff that I accumulate in your kitchen at home.
Yeah.
Just because of the barbecue and the filming and all that stuff. I mean, our stuff's just crammed in our kitchen, in our pantry, and our laundry room. I've got cabinets everywhere that's just, I need to go through them and get rid of stuff, but
we usually do once a year about this time.
Yeah,
it starts just pouring out. It's like, I can't take it anymore.
Plus the garage. I got kind of.
You do have 2 big shelves in the garage.
So, I mean, this is going to be a place to keep that stuff.
Yep.
And Tyler, you won't have to haul around the camera equipment and the lights and all that.
Heck
so
yeah.
It'll stay fixed. We got storage for that.
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Gonna have to do a tour video, like.
Oh yeah, no,
So
Shell shot a little piece and put it on story the other day.
Because it's just open right now. We got a roof, but that's it.
Yeah, that's windows are in now. They haven't done screens yet. That'll be last probably, but they're supposed to be. I'm meeting electricians there tomorrow. They do layouts for electrical outlets and stuff like that.
What's our move-in date?
Oh, I ain't gonna tell you because I don't know.
He's like,
I mean, I'd like to say May, but it ain't gonna happen. It's probably gonna. It'll probably be midsummer.
It's May.
I'm shooting for end of May. Then how about that? I mean, I just talked to the appliance person. They said like they're back ordered. All appliances are back ordered, so it may be into May for you get stove. I'm just saying.
Let's keep it positive.
Before it gets 100 degrees. How about that?
Okay. So what's the whole vibes going? What's the decor?
I'm thinking, I don't know. First thing come to my mind is the boar's nest from Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah. That's kind of the vibe I wanted. That's just like manly, like hangout, seems like to me.
Like a 70s dive bar.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Like neon signs.
Yeah. That's right. Shell did order a neon sign.
Yeah.
Neon signs, barbecue meets bar. roadside, old country roadside, not bar, beer joint. That's a difference.
There is a difference.
You've been to a beer joint.
Beer joint's a little more family atmosphere.
I guess you could say that. I don't know about that.
Depends on what time of day.
Maybe during the day if they got a smokehouse outside.
Yeah.
When it turns night and the dice games come on, it gets darker in there.
How many TVs are you putting in this thing?
Oh, I don't know. At least 4.
I counted 5 when you talked.
Did you count 5?
Because you're putting one in the bedroom, right?
Oh yeah. So there'll be 2 inside, 2 outside, 1 in the bedroom.
Heck yeah.
That's all. I mean, I don't seem excessive. Does it to you, Tyler?
No, absolutely not. Sounds like I'm gonna start hanging out on.
It's not like I put one in the bathroom. I'm not getting crazy with it.
Like, the Grizzlies are playing tonight, Malcolm. You can stay out here for a couple more hours, right?
Yeah.
You won't need much furniture.
No,
just some bar stools. Talking about putting a pool table in there.
I'm just gonna hire me a wino to decorate. That's how the song goes. Hey, what about an old jukebox? Can you find me one of them?
Ooh, that'd be cool.
We're looking for eclectic stuff to go in it.
They actually were selling jukeboxes like that at Walmart for
really?
Very recently. Like I saw at San Antonio Walmart, they had an end cap kind of over by, not an end cap, but like a middle aisle cap or whatever display of just jukeboxes that were
like what
retro.
size?
Oh, they were like
tabletop.
They were big ones, like freestanding, like
really
retro jukeboxes. So
and I guess you can stream from them probably or something.
Probably, I think they were like
just for the look,
$400 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Check that out, Tyler.
So I have a question for you guys, real quick. So, like from start to fruition, for all the people out there looking to plan this kind of thing, like has it been easier than you thought it would be, or has it been kind of difficult to design and stuff like that, an outdoor kitchen like this?
We're not finished yet. I'd say yes and no and no and yes.
No and yes, yes.
I would say yeah. The difficult part's paying for it. It's easy to dream up everything to go in it, what you want, but when it comes down to paying for this stuff, man, it ain't cheap.
Heck yeah.
The one thing
you got you got to get a loan to build the building.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's basically a house. It's a 1-bedroom house. Yeah. So you think of what that's costing now to build. I mean, I'm sure it'll be. Our budget was like $150. Yeah. All said and done. If we can do it for that, that's going to be. The plan went great. How often, when you plan something, does it go like you think though?
Yeah.
And my thing, you can try to prepare for all the things that are going wrong with something that's building, but it doesn't matter because something pops up that you don't even think about. You know, it's constantly like, hey, we got to make a decision about this today.
Yeah.
We got to completely change everything.
And usually, Shell and I just go with it.
I'm like, what would you do?
What would you suggest? You build houses, you sell houses. What would you do?
So find yourself a good builder.
Yeah. That's
somebody
crucial.
You trust.
That's crucial.
Yeah. And don't.
Luckily, we have a friend that builds a lot of houses around and does a good job.
Heck yeah.
You don't get no cut rates.
Yeah.
But it gets done right. I'd rather somebody have good crews and good subs that work for them, and they're checking on the craftsman. That's the key with the builder to me. I'm not worried about what they make. Most of their fees are pretty close. But if you get a builder that puts his eyes in there and like he knows every phase of it that's going on, they actually go to the job site. They're not just trusting somebody and writing them checks. I think that's been the biggest thing to me because, I don't have time to go down there every day.
Yeah,
and see what's going on. I've got some construction.
Yeah,
I understand construction knowledge, but I just don't want to. I don't have the time to go down there and check to make sure everything's going exactly according to plan. So, which we had to have plans for it. We had to have, you have to get permits. You have to plan, every aspect of it. It's not just like throwing up something in your backyard.
Yeah.
And
that's all I've done in the past. I was like, we don't need a permit for this little lean-to, do we? No, run it. Here we are.
This is our first official.
Yeah.
Awesome. But I don't know what I'm looking at. And I don't know if it's the Tammy in me that's just like, let's just go with it. Let's just roll with it. You can't get too nitpicky or too
But I turn the decorating stuff, Shell will handle all that. Once it gets walls and she can envision stuff, she'll start. We've already started gathering ideas. So the way we do it, we usually use Pinterest. We put a board together with what we're working on, and when we see pictures on the internet, we'll save them to our board so we have like this reference that we can go back to and see what what we can find, what looks cool, what goes, and Shell does a great job putting all that together.
I know she's already got kind of some antiques
yeah.
around. So
I like old stuff. Yeah. Stuff you can't go to Walmart and buy.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Or Hobby Lobby.
Or Hobby Lobby.
My wife's favorite place.
Oh, there's some good stuff at Hobby Lobby.
There is. She'll spend lots of money at Hobby Lobby. She'll spend like 3 hours in there and then come out with like 3 things. And she's like, yeah, I spent, $300, but they were all on sale. I was like, I think everything in Hobby Lobby is always on sale.
It is.
That's the racket.
Always.
How they get you.
That's the racket. They way overprice it so they can discount it to give you a sale.
Like this lamp.
And a coupon. Have you ever been to Hobby Lobby and not used a coupon?
That's true.
They're there. You always have one. Kohl's is the same way. Kohl's Cash. Everything in there is overpriced. so you use their Kohl Cash and get their 20% discount or whatever it is.
This might be just me, but last time I was in Hobby Lobby, I noticed that there was no cell reception in there, and I was like, I guarantee you they did that on purpose. It was a design.
So you can't download
pull that coupon.
Yeah, maybe so.
No, so your children can't contact you and say,
it's time to go, Mom.
Yeah.
Or your husband.
It's very
who refuses to go in Hobby Lobby. See, they did right where our Hobby Lobby is. It's right next door to an academy.
Oh, yeah.
So I can go to an academy, and usually I'm in there as long as you're in Hobby Lobby. It works out.
See, I'm a Five Below guy, but same idea. I'm Five Below.
Yeah.
That store drives me crazy. I've been in there.
Five Below?
Yeah. I'd pay them $10 just to let me out sometimes. Then you go in there and you think you're finding these deals for like $5 or less, and then you stand in this line that's 30 minutes long to check out because they got one person there. And all what gets me is all the items are pretty much the same price. You got to just be able to count them. All right, $50, you're good. No. We got to get everything out, scan every little thing.
They added self-checkout, though, so it does go a little bit faster, but I decorated my whole office.
I'm a scan and go man.
Heck yeah.
I'm a scan and go man. That's why I like Sam's. I can go and scan Sam's, pull my phone up, scan everything, and I'm out the door. I'll show one little lady at the door my phone, and I'm good to go.
Walmart has that now, too.
Yes, and we just got it.
That's awesome.
Friend told I was real skeptical at the Walmart Plus. I was like, what? I don't need free shipping from Walmart.
We don't need another service.
Yeah, I've got Paramount Plus already. I don't, their gas. I usually don't even go to Walmart for gas. I go to Kroger just because it's closer. But now they've got, if you join Walmart Plus for $100 a year, you can scan and go at Walmart. And you get the gas, and you get free shipping, and you get Paramount Plus. All of a sudden, I'll cancel my Paramount Plus and use the one that Walmart has. It makes sense to me. $100 is worth scan and go all day long. If you've ever checked out at Walmart, you're pretty much doing that now. You're just getting it all out up at the front of the store. Why not scan it when it goes in your buggy?
Heck yeah.
I'm all for that.
I think everything should be pay on your phone.
But we're going to.
Cashless society is what it seems like. Did you see where Lander Center? They're now cashless.
Oh, all the
Major
big venues we go to have been cashless.
Some people hate it. They say they're not going back.
What? I love it.
I do too.
I don't know who carries around cash anymore.
Yeah,
I know. I can pay with my phone everywhere. It just goes dink. You're paid.
Magic. Comes out, it goes. You don't even know where your money is, do you?
No.
It's magically somebody else is holding it, then they give it to you on your phone.
It's all magic anyway.
Some people want to see their money.
I will say, when I was a server, I used to have cash like all the time. Like I never went to the bank. I was always just carry around like $600 in cash in my pocket, but those days are long gone.
That's what got me used to
cash.
Working valet in Bellman. We always had pocket full of ones.
Yeah.
We might have 300 of them, but we had a wad. I got used to carrying
when
cash.
we first started dating, you would just pull up this big wad of money. Wow.
So that's how I got you. Had a couple hundreds wrapped on the outside, all ones on the inside. Rolling.
So, end of this month, we are going to New Orleans for the Hogs for the Cause.
Yes.
That's
so
March 31st through April 1st.
How many years has it been since I've been to Hogs for the Cause? It's been several.
We won it.
We did win it. We won the grand champion of it last time we were there. I cooked it twice.
I bet it's been 10 years ago.
Probably has. Fun event. They used to have it at City Park, and they might as well had it in the middle of the river.
Yeah.
It was flooded. Every year I was there, it flooded. That's one thing I said, probably won't go back.
Yeah.
But it's a great event. It really is.
So we're going with Blue Plate.
Yeah. So there evidently Blue Plate's got a mayonnaise category there. and I'm going to go judge. I'm going to be one of the judges. I'm not the only judge, but they want me to come down and judge the mayonnaise. Now, this better not be who's got the best mayonnaise. They bring you a cup. I'm out.
I imagine you've got to use.
I've never walked off a judging assignment, but if anybody turns in straight mayonnaise, it's probably going to be a 0.
You don't. No, you just tap me in.
Tap in. Hold on, I got a certified mayo eater. Get your card out.
But yeah, so we're going to go down there, do a little meet and greet, hang out with Blue Plate,
judge the Friday night stuff. I'm not judging the barbecue on Saturday, but I'm just judging I think the ancillaries and Blue Plate. I think.
Yeah, it's a really really cool event.
Oh, it's huge. They've got bands playing. This is one event where if you want to try people's barbecue they're cooking, go to it, because what they're doing is they're raising money for pediatric brain cancer. And so all the teams that are cooking are raising money while they're doing it. And so they pick what dishes they want to cook, their best stuff. And they, put these signs up with how much it costs. I don't remember if you buy tickets or it's probably.
You used to buy tickets. You used to show up and you would buy like
$20 for tickets
$20
or whatever.
for the tickets, and each thing at each booth would cost so many tickets.
Yeah,
2 to 3 to 4 tickets.
Still like that?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but anyway, I know you can get people's food, and they're all doing something special.
It's not just like pulled pork sandwiches either.
No.
It's like really creative dishes.
Oh yeah, most of these teams when we went and cooked it years ago, all of them were affiliated with some type of restaurant that had a major chef. Like I cooked it one year with Emerald on his squad. And it was, you talk about chefs. They did some amazing stuff. And here I am out here cooking pulled pork and ribs.
Yeah.
We did good that year, though.
The owner of everything said the pork puree category is like the big category.
Yeah, that's where they get real chefy. Yeah. Like the year we went, they did pork tails and pozole, a pork tail pozole. And I was like, I'm not eating pork tails. It was delicious.
Yeah.
It was unbelievably good. And I think that was their pork puree dish. I think they finished in the top 10 with it.
Wow.
But there used to be, 60 plus teams in it. It's it's a pretty big event.
It's a perfect event.
Oh, they raise so much. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's crowd driven.
Yeah.
It's not just for the contest. It's crowd driven. They need people to come out and support them.
So that's the thing most people don't understand about a lot of barbecue contests is it's nothing for the spectator.
Yeah. Average contest, you can't sell stuff.
They might have one corn dog
guy.
But that's it.
Right.
This is very much, you can go to booths and try all kinds of different foods.
I guarantee you couldn't try anything there.
Yeah, there's like a couple guys that I guess set up like nightclubs, so they have the party going like all night.
Oh
long.
yeah. Oh man.
It's a big good time.
No, I don't know if so. Some of our friends help them from Memphis and May Barbecue, help them run the contest side of it, the pork contest side of it. So they use like real certified judges and stuff, and some of that bled over from Memphis and May as far as booth size and party atmosphere, and so that's what. And people from Louisiana, they do it better than anybody. They throw a party, you know, and so all of them are like, most of them are like that. They have their areas roped off. They're decorated up to the nines, and it's like you said, you might see a nightclub, you might see a saloon. We saw all kinds of stuff out there.
One year we saw a couple ladies dressed up like in it's almost like they were in Vegas. They had the headpieces, the feather headpieces.
Vegas dancer like?
Yeah, showgirls. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was like 3 of them showed up at a booth because it was a whole like Vegas theme. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool. Now I'm not going to lie. It's kind of contingent on the weather. Yeah. You might need some hip boots at the old place. I remember one year there's a guy floating down in a kayak just right down through the barbecue teams. We jumped off our trailer. We were in over your knee water trying to cook a hog. So it's. But that was at City Park. Now, they've moved it since then, and I hope that the drainage is – I need to contact some of my people I know and see what it's like now.
He said it was at the Papal Center or something like that. He said it's like where the Pope visited a few years
ago. Oh, really?
Back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's on pavement now. It used to all be on, just grass on the park.
But the party went so hard last year that Blue Plate, they call them Fluffy. It's a giant Blue Plate blow-up thing – or whatever, got stolen last year. He said it was so crazy. So many people were there. It was so hard to keep track of that somebody just walked off with a giant inflatable Blue Plate mayonnaise. And then it became...
What are they doing with that?
I don't know. It became like this huge like story, got covered by several news stations, and then somebody returned it to a fire station because it was a safe haven where they wouldn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Man, I'm sorry, my buddy just got so crazy that
that's happened." Like where were we at? Somebody stole the boot. It was one contest. They had these big boots. Somebody stole one of them. Like I've heard stuff like that happen before.
It's nuts.
I mean, you're hanging out, you're drinking, you're young, you're dumb.
Yeah. Take the flow up. Bet you won't. Yeah. No, I know exactly how that went. We need that blow up. We ended up with like a Budweiser kegerator one year, somehow like that.
We ended up with a shopping cart one time. Do you remember?
You end up with some crazy stuff at barbecue. I don't know who shows up with it. So I guess, we can't complain when something happens to us. Like, last year your cooler got tucked. That's probably payback.
Yeah.
I never took anything, but we had a lot of stuff show up. Like, where does a grocery cart? Somebody push a Kroger basket all the way from, Kroger went, there's a couple miles.
We pushed the Kroger basket.
I didn't.
We loaded it up in the back of the truck. Do you not remember?
I don't think I had anything to do with that.
Maybe you
were there. Who's ever listening? I was not there. Not incriminate myself.
We thought it would make it easier for us to get all the groceries and
Did we take it back at least? Did we take it back at least?
I don't remember that part.
Or is that the one you see somebody turn into a barbecue grill on social media? Yeah. That's where it came from. Found it at Springfest.
It was Springfest. See, you don't remember.
Those were crazy days. I've grown up a lot since then,
yeah.
Shell.
Now you're telling girls to be careful in a bar.
That's right. Would have never done that at Old Springfest, Malcolm.
So, speaking of big contests, Memphis and I has announced their musical lineup.
Yeah, did you see anybody you just have to go buy a ticket to go see?
I was a little disappointed in this lineup. Not that I was going anyway, but
I didn't. I looked at it. I saw some names I recognize. I don't know if it's the target they, want there. But
like Earth, Wind, and Fire is playing.
Yeah, see, I've seen Earth.
I'd go see them.
I've met Earth, Wind, and Fire. I've carried their luggage before. There's some cool cats.
I could see.
I don't know how many of them's original members though.
Yeah,
because that was one of the best shows I ever been to at a casino, and they put on a show.
I could see them being fun.
Yeah.
But Allison Krauss and Robert
See, that's a live at the garden type. Who's going to go to a festival setting to see that? And it's kind of creepy. I know Allison Krauss is older now, but I always thought that.
Yeah.
Robert,
you got those creeper vibes. Yeah. He gives off those vibes anyway.
Their music's all right, but I'm not paying the festival price to go see them.
Or fighting that festival crowd to go.
Did they have anybody that was just?
There's AJR is the only other band.
Who's the headliner?
Greta Van Fleet.
That's all right. I wouldn't go to the festival. But.
Yeah. I forgot who the other one was.
You know any of them? Let's see if Jacob knows anybody.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, Robert Plant. That was one of the headliners, Robert Plant and Allison Krauss.
That's what night? Thursday or Blues Tent?
No.
Main stage?
Yes.
God. You're reaching there.
Last year was really good, but there was like a couple people that.
And I want to go on the record and saying I love Robert Plant.
And Led Zeppelin's great.
But, yeah.
He had some solo songs that were good.
Mm-hmm. He did. He had that one album that was really good. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just saying last year, wasn't there a huge controversy with one person just straight up didn't show up because something happened with a canceled flight, and then somebody was it Cardi B that got off stage or
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion that got off. Yeah. There was but it was a really good lineup that they had, and then there were a bunch.
They had Lil Wayne last year,
but I think
he's
the
one that missed.
Up. Yeah. And everybody was super upset about that. So.
But
we'll get a gun charge.
I don't know. He's bad to get already.
Yeah.
But anyway, they announced the lineup this week, so we should have an announcement for barbecue tomorrow.
Supposed to know by the 3rd, right? Is that tomorrow?
That's tomorrow. Okay. Yeah.
They're supposed to announce the teams that made it, I think, or something. I saw something like that.
Yeah, they're going to announce.
If you didn't make it, they're going to let you know, give your money back.
But it is going to be on the river.
As far as we know, it is a go on the river. What sources I have told me, now they're non-official capacity. But if you call the office, the first thing they're going to tell you is, yes, we are having it at Tom Lee Park. It's the first thing that if they answer the phone, they're probably going to say that. Yes, it's at Tom Lee Park.
That's what I heard too. So we'll know tomorrow whether we're in or we're out. So, did you see on the community page where someone made a post? It said 16 million Scoville. Are you ready?
Come on now.
It was in like a little dropper bottle too. It did not look legit.
Oh no, I'm sure it's hot, but I ain't messing with it. Some lab made heat. I don't do nothing that ain't organic.
How many Scoville is like a jalapeno? Do you know?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I don't know. It's on the low end, put it that way. Think of a bell pepper as 0.
2,000 to 8,000.
Is a jalapeno?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the last dab was 2.5 million Scoville. So you did that.
And this is 16
million.
million.
And the last dab was what?
2.5.
So
it's 8 times hotter, pretty much.
That's crazy.
Oh, no.
That's suicidal.
No. Yeah.
You're already in tears.
I imagine, couldn't that
I mean, I don't even know if Cocaine Bear could do that. They wouldn't even stop Cocaine Bear. That's the way they should market it. The stuff that'll stop Cocaine Bear. You know, somebody's going to try it.
Oh, I'm sure. Was that guy trying it, or did he just make it up, or?
He just posted
it was glow. Have you ever seen like radioactive stuff where they like show it and have that green glow to it? It was kind of like that, the red glow.
Like flubber.
Like it had its own aura, yeah. Like you need some of them big, thick chemical gloves just to handle it. Can you imagine just getting it on you and touching your eye or something like that?
You're losing that eyes.
Oh, God.
You're never going to see right again.
I would be afraid it'd mess up my taste buds forever.
So how do you think they get stuff that hot chemically? Like I know it's supposed to be extracts of pepper, but they have to do something, yeah.
They just continue to concentrate it?
I guess so. It ain't natural. It can't be naturally that hot, right?
No.
I'm going to research it and let you know.
Come back to it.
And I got one question for you.
Okay. Is that my Shell's facts of the day?
No. You want me to give you the Shell's facts?
We can do that either way.
I got to say.
I do like Shell's facts.
I'll give you one of my Shell's facts.
All right.
And we'll save the other one for next week.
That sounds good.
So have you seen on TikTok where they are storing avocados in water to keep them from over ripening?
No, but does it continue them to ripe? Like if you put a hard one in there, will it get ripe?
Supposedly, if you put avocados, take a whole avocado, put it in cool water.
Uncut.
Yeah. Well, I saw some people doing it cut, but I'm just not down with that. But you take an uncut avocado, put it in cool water, keep it in the fridge. They say it will stay at the perfect ripeness for weeks.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm going to have to try that. Like
So,
put it in a Ziploc bag with water?
No Ziploc bag.
How do you put it in, like in a bowl?
They were just putting it like almost like in a tea pitcher with a lid.
Oh, okay. But it has to stay submerged. Like does it float? Does avocado float? Put it in water?
Yeah, they were looking like they were floating.
I would assume they would.
I didn't see if they weighted it down to ensure it stayed. Yeah. I'm sure there was something.
Okay. Well, I'll have to try that.
That's like a big game changer in my house because we always buy the bag of avocados, and then 3 of them end up going bad because we need one to make, a
we probably waste more too. You always buy them and you think they're ripe, but they still need a few more days, and then you forget about them because you've done made the tacos you were going to make or whatever, and then there's just avocados, and they end up wasting them.
So, I did a little research, and they say that keeping it in water supposedly slows down the oxidation process and keeps the fruit ripe and green for longer. But now the FDA has come out and said that don't do that.
Why?
I think they're being a little over.
Bacteria or something?
So they say that the FDA does not recommend this practice. The main concern is that the residual human pathogens like Listeria.
I was fixing to say, they're going to say Listeria.
may be residing on the avocado surface, and it multiplies during the storage when it's submerged in water. But they said that specifically for the ones that you cut and keep in water.
What if you added vinegar to the water?
I don't know.
See,
that's a really good question.
I've done that with strawberries.
Yeah.
Like, to preserve strawberries, if you'll cut the tops off of them, put some cool water in a bowl or sink, add just a little splash of vinegar to it, and rinse the strawberries off. You can take them out, let them dry, and they'll keep in the refrigerator for weeks. And the vinegar does something to it to keep them fresh and keep them from going bad. Because strawberries, it seems like they go bad as soon as you buy them.
Yeah.
But once you do that little quick vinegar bath to them, and I'm guessing if there was any kind of bacteria on it, the pH of the vinegar probably might neutralize and kill something. I would think.
And you don't put a lot of vinegar in that.
No, it's
water.
like a cap to a big container of water.
But it does
usually
really
I sink.
It does really help the strawberries.
Yeah, they stay bright red. You don't taste vinegar on them.
Mm-mm.
There's no taste. It's just, I guess it does something to the water.
So I also saw something. This reminded me how they're doing things to ripen the fruits and vegetables faster to get them to market faster. But when you buy them and take them home, they continue to ripen faster, which makes sense to me. They would need to get them to market quicker. And so that's why when you get stuff home, like an avocado, they're going bad too quick.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Avocados and strawberries are the worst as far as going bad.
Yep. So, okay, one question.
All right. We've got time for one question before it's time to go.
One question. Okay. Dennis says, I know you cannot specify a certain make of smoker grill, which you can.
Specify.
Nobody pays us nothing.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Which
ones do you want to know about?
He says, I currently have a Weber charcoal with slow and sear and a vortex, a Holland no flame grill, a gas grill, and a flat top. He's looking to invest in one more before he goes to the barbecue in the sky. But what would you invest in if you have a charcoal, a slow and sear, a gas grill, and a flat top? Sounds like he needs a smoker to me.
He's a smoker. That's exactly
What's a slow and sear?
It's an attachment that goes in the Weber that kind of separates the coals and has a little place for water, and then you got all that. Just think of it as 2-zone cooking.
Gotcha.
And they work. They work good. I would think he'd want more of a traditional, like a stick burner style smoker or something like that. Now, where you're at budget wise, if it's the last one you're going to buy before you go to the big cook off in the sky, I would go ahead and spend some money and get something decent. There's a bunch of everybody knows I like cooking on Outlaws. Jambos are great. Lang makes some good ones. Meadow Creek makes some. Those are just first ones that pop in my head as far as stick burners go. Those Franklin grills are pretty cool that he's got coming out. But it sounds like he's got a little bit of everything, and he probably enjoys barbecue and smoking. So with a stick burner, it's going to be more the purist. You're going to tend to your fire. You're going to spend some time with your grill. That's what I would think. Somebody that's
you're going to learn that.
Yeah. That's I think, and I think you probably want something that's got you a little more capacity than your Weber or your gas grill or something like that. I mean, now you could get a pellet grill. I mean, but you can smoke pretty much the same thing on that slow and sear as you could on a pellet grill, and you got a flat top, so you can do some other stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But if I was going to be my last one, I'd probably get me a decent stick burner.
What if you couldn't afford a stick burner? Drum would be a good choice. That'd be a real good choice because you're gonna get really good tasting, and that's what I'm thinking. Like I love stick burner flavor. It just goes, and I love the flavor you get from a drum from the beet juices dripping. Everybody's heard me say that, but that's some of the best flavor you can get. So let me ask you a question: what do you like to cook it on better? What fire do you like to tend better, a drum or a stick burner?
You don't really tend to drum fire, so I'd say I like keeping a stick burner fire steady.
Gotcha.
It's more if you like doing that. As far as cooking on one, I like my old hickory. You set it. Yeah, I still had to put some coals and wood and stuff in it, but it's got such a long burn time, and you just dial it in, and the flavor's great on it. I mean, that's another one. If you want something for capacity for the rest of your life, I would say get a CTO.
But that's more like industrial, commercial.
There's not very many times where you need to cook over, say, a dozen pork butts at once.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So they make the MM model, which is like a 3-shelf model step down. So those are still great choices for your last pit. You're talking about something, and my budget's going to be a little higher if I know it's going to be my last one because I want it to last. I could go out and probably find some type of a stick burner for $400 or $500. Go to Academy or somewhere, buy big box store, buy something they had out there that's $400, $500, $600 maybe, and no, it's not going to last you like if you'd have spent put a little more money with it and got you something that's going to last the rest of your life.
So stick burner would be your...
Stick burner would be my recommendation. Even Yoder makes some cool stick burners too. It's another manufacturer comes up.
So you just got to figure out that you want a stick burner and then start looking at different options.
Start looking at different ones. I would start with what's close to you. See if there's any manufacturers that you like that are close to you, so shipping's not that big of a problem. Or go out and visit some and check some out. Post that in the community. That's a good. Was that in the community?
He asked the question
in the community. Yeah, I bet you there's some. I hadn't seen that one, but I bet you there's some good answers on it.
It was a newer one.
What was the very first response?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh.
I'd have to pull it up.
That's all right. I'll go check it out.
You'll go chime in?
Yeah. I like seeing what people recommend.
Yeah.
Gives me ideas of what I need to,
I didn't know Franklin was coming out with a new pit.
He's had it out for a while.
Yeah. You'd think I'd stay in the loop a little better.
You're too curious looking up avocado foliage.
Well, Mount, that's all I have for you today.
Hey, that's Tyler. What do we got going on in the community? Is there any giveaways going on or anything?
We will be having a community giveaway really, really soon. We'll announce the details super soon as well. Head on over to Facebook.com and go to the Let's Get to Cooking community page. Lots of like-minded pitmasters and people to answer your questions. You can post recipes. Pretty much just like it's a community of really awesome people, and I've seen some really awesome stuff there this week. And then also go to HowToBBQRight.com where you can find all Malcolm's favorite recipes.
I want that guy to put a video up when he's tasting his 16 million Scoville sauce.
Me too.
On something. I want to see that. I don't want to try it, but I want to be there when somebody does it.
I would put my foot down about that. Like, you were not trying that. Because last time when you did try what was it? The 6 million or 2.5 million?
2.5 million.
When you did try the 2.5 million one, you whined for 2 days.
Because it hurt. Yeah. It hurt for 2 days. It knocked my face, the mouth. It hurt.
That's a great video. Yeah, want to go watch that.
No, it's horrible. Who won that last contest? Did y'all give away some?
Yeah.
Not who won, but which recipe won the vote?
I will announce that next week.
Okay. Oh, it's not time yet.
Not time.
All right. And y'all got something else in mind for? Rumor has it we may have some VIP passes for Hogs for the Cause to give out, right?
Yep.
We'll do that in the community too, if we can.
We're looking at VIP passes, and I think that we're working with a fellow community member on doing a giveaway too. So.
Oh, good.
I'll stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Well, Shell, where can I find you?
Don't look. If you'd like to connect with Malcolm, it's HowToBBQRight on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and of course YouTube. If you'd like to connect with me, it's Miss Southern Shell.
All right. Well, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us, and we'll be back next week. Y'all make you some Bloody Marys and cook you some barbecue this weekend. It's going to be sunny. We gone.